Hi everyone, I'm Tony Jackson. Here is your weekly reading for the week of 25th of September through to the 1st of October 2017. If you haven't watched my videos before, welcome to my YouTube channel if this is your first time watching. What I actually do for each of my videos is just spend a little bit of time tuning into my own guides and angels and ask them what I should actually do the video on, and I receive intuitive messages, sometimes an image or guidance on what I should actually make the video on to share with you. Now, we're going back to last week's video, and in last week's video I was guided to talk about removing a veil from your soul, and that's what we did in last week's video. And in this week's video, it's quite funny because the guidance that I actually received for this week is that when I tuned in, I got this vision of this sheet or veil hanging down near me. And I said, "What's that?" And they actually said, "You have a fear." And your actual veil wasn't completely removed from last week. So I said, well, that's typical. So when I tuned in, I thought to myself, how do we actually remove the fear? And that's what this week's video is going to be about, removing the fear from last week of having your veil completely removed. So let me just repeat quickly what we did last week. What we actually did was just simply ask to have a veil to be removed from our soul. And what I believe that would do is actually help you to get more in touch with your own self, your own soul, the own energy or guidance that is held in your soul and you need to become more intuitive or more in touch with. So you do that at any time that you like. You can actually ask to have the veil removed at any time, and there may be more than one, like you may have to do it more than once, but I believe it's good to just feel and know how it is to have one veil removed before going on to asking for your next one to be removed, if in fact there are more than one, but I believe there could be quite a number of them. And you can it's just up to you when you ask. You can ask once a month if you like, or just whenever you feel compelled to ask for a veil to be lifted from your soul. So I'm just going to do that for you quickly again, or you can go back and watch last week's video and have it done that way for you. But the way we asked is simply by asking, guides, angels, higher self, please remove a veil from my soul. Guides, angels, higher self, please remove a veil from my soul. I can kind of feel it. And last week I thought mine was completely gone. So what we're going to do now is actually remove the fear, or heal the fear. Not that you've actually got fear, but because I thought, well, maybe I need to, I felt like we need to do it together and check that we don't all have fear of completely removing the veil. Because I had done this in a few months ago, earlier in the year. I actually done the first video on removing the veil from the soul, and I wasn't aware of any fears about removing them. So it's actually kind of a deeper insight into this process, and it's not. It's kind of like sometimes these processes grow and we get more information as we grow ourselves. So the way I thought we could actually ask to have the fear removed was actually ask the Archangel Raphael. Now, Archangel Raphael is the healing angel, and we call on Archangel Raphael mainly for health concerns, to help us with health and healing. But I thought Raphael would be a good one to help work on the emotion of fear or whatever's blocking us from having this veil completely removed. So let's do that now. Let's call on Archangel Raphael and have the fear removed from removing the veil. So we're basically just working with this fear of the veil being removed, but obviously you can call on Raphael for anything at any time. Angels can be in many places at once and do many healings at once. So don't feel like if you're calling on the angel that you have to wait till somebody else is finished. It's not really how they work. They can it's like when you watch TV, like a lot of people can watch the TV at once. That's kind of how the angels work. Not that angels are like anything like what's on TV, but if you know what I mean, you can actually have the consciousness of the angels is kind of multi-dimensional, and it can be in many places at once. So don't feel like you're taking away any of the other people's healing or any of the angels' time, because that's not how it works. They're multi-level and multi-dimensional. So let's now ask for the fear to be removed of having our veil removed. Feel to be healed. Archangel Raphael, please heal or remove my fear of having my veil removed. I now call on the Archangel Raphael and ask for the fear to be healed of having my veil removed. It's my free will and choice now to ask the Archangel Raphael to heal and remove the fear of having my veil removed. Thank you, Archangel Raphael. I just want to do it one more time. It's now my free will and choice to call on the Archangel Raphael, guides, angels and higher self too if you like, to heal the fear of having my veil completely removed. Thank you, Archangel Raphael. I can kind of feel it going. It's like something's moving behind me. You might get tingles or an intuitive feeling of something happening, and that would be the angels going to work to remove the fear and then removing your veil. Because last week I remember thinking we've got to ask for the veil to be sent to the light, but simply by asking for the veil to be removed, asking the angels to remove the veil, they will take it away anyway. It's just that we had a little bit of fear that we also had to deal with. So I actually feel like doing the whole process again. So let's start from the beginning. Let's firstly ask to have our veil removed, and then we'll follow it up again by asking to have the fear healed so we can remove the veil. So let's start again. I feel like doing it again. Guides, angels, higher self, please remove a veil from my soul. And then it's my free will and choice to ask my guides, angels, higher self, but really Archangel Raphael. It's my free will and choice to ask the Archangel Raphael to heal and remove the fear of having my veil removed. It's my free will and choice to ask the Archangel Raphael to heal the fear of having my veil completely removed. I feel that's done now. Thank you, guides and angels. Thank you, Archangel Raphael. I feel really at peace now. That's interesting, isn't it? I hope that worked as well for you. Not that you would have had fear of moving your veil, but it's not a bad thing to share my processes, even if I'm going through something as well. Interesting, isn't it? I'm glad we did that. I'm glad we had that little addition about removing the fear. Once you ask, leave it up to the angels. Our main thing is asking, and then the angels will take care of it. I actually want to choose a card this week. I was actually drawn to choose a card and do a little bit of extra work with Mary Queen of Angels. Doreen Virtue's cards, Mary Queen of Angels, because Lady Mary, or the Ascendant Master Lady Mary, is also the creator of miracles. And I feel we need a little bit of miracle energy this week. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to choose a card from the deck, and what I do for each of my card readings, I don't think we chose a card last week, but when I do choose a card, what I do, I put them to my heart chakra, and then I bring down an energy of light, white light if you like, bring it down through the top chakras, out through the heart chakra, and wrap it around my cards. And I believe this universal energy, by connecting to this light energy or universal energy, it helps you to then connect and bond with your cards and you begin to use your cards as vibrational tools rather than physical cards, because when you become connected to them vibrationally, you begin to receive more intuitive messages and guidance through your cards. So it's a good one to use and practice and work with, bringing down a column of white light through the top chakras, out through your heart chakra, to help you connect with your cards on a deeper level. And once you begin doing that, you'll know what I mean. It might not happen the first few times, but as you work with that process, you will feel a deeper connection to your cards. So I'm going to go through and go ahead and shuffle them now and choose one. And I also might just ask the Lady Mary to send a miracle to everyone, the energies of miracles to anyone who needs it. We might do that in a minute. I ask that the card that we choose is for the highest good in love and light for you and everybody watching. I sometimes pull one from the top or the middle. Father, isn't that interesting? Father. My true Father is God in heaven, who shines healing light upon me, my birth father, and our relationship. Let's send a miracle energy to our fathers. Lady Mary, the Queen of Angels, the Ascendant Master Lady Mary, I now call on you and the miracle energy to send a miracle to our fathers. Our Father, your Father, any Father that you choose. I now ask for the divine light of the Lady Mary, the Creator of miracles, to send a miracle energy to our Father, or healing energy to our Father. If you'd like to also send it, I feel like there's an interesting connection coming up with people's fathers in this week. Either your birth father or someone that you intuitively know as your father. This could be stepfather. There's going to be some interesting energies or occurrences coming up with the father this week, like a change of something, the change of circumstances, a change of the way you see your dad. There's some sort of interesting change coming up this week for your father. So just keep an eye out for that. It's not a bad thing. It's actually a good thing. So you may see your father in a more different light, a more, heart-to-heart kind of energy with your father. So what I felt like, we sent the miracle energy to our dads, and in addition to that, I want to just ask the Lady Mary, the Creator of miracles, to send a miracle energy or healing to anybody else in your family that you feel needs it. I'm going to do that now. I now ask the Lady Mary with the miracle energy to send a miracle light to anyone that needs it. You can include yourself or anyone in your family that needs a miracle at this time. I'm just going to imagine sending that miracle light out to anybody that you feel needs it, or you can ask the Ascendant Master, Lady Mary, Creator of miracles, to send a miracle to anybody that you know that needs it, including your father. And we're done for this week. Lovely to spend this time with you. I hope you've enjoyed that. Interesting how we had to do that removal of the fear of removing our veil, but I hope you've makes sense to you and it worked for you. Love to hear your comments, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're watching this on YouTube, because that gives me an idea of the energy of the people that I'm reading for. But I do just put out an intent to read for and do the healing for anybody that's actually watching the video. So if you are watching it, it's meant for you anyway. Otherwise you kind of wouldn't attract it, or you wouldn't see it, or you wouldn't press play. But please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Put a thumbs up. If you have any brief questions, I'll leave my email address so you can email me. If you'd like to book a private session, you can do so. You can do that through my webpage, and I'll leave my link to my webpage below. I'm thinking about doing, I said this last week, but I'm thinking about doing Facebook Live. So I will do that before the end of the year. I'll try and get one done. And you'll need to like my Facebook page, which is the Light Frequency Healing. And I'll be doing the Facebook Live on there. Is there anything else that I need to mention before we leave? I think that's all. If you have any brief comments, just write them below where you see this and I should be able to answer them for you. Otherwise, I'll leave you here now. Thank the angels, guides, higher self, Archangel Raphael, and the Ascendant Master Lady Mary for that beautiful energy of miracles. Keep an eye out on your father this week. There may be some interesting change of events there. I'm going to leave you here now. Love and blessings to you all, and we'll look forward to next week's reading. Okay, lots of love, and bye for now.